What needs to happen in schools in general is to stop with the trend issues that are non-research based. Certainly in North America, we've gone to total inclusivity, meaning that all children are mixed together in a classroom. The mistake we made was not training the people, the professionals, to deal with that.
If we can take those children out of that destructive track and put them back on course to learning, to being able to please by being successful, then we can actually reduce the task for our teachers. So although on one level we're asking them to do more, we're actually providing a tool which will make their classrooms more pleasant, more manageable places and their children more productive.
What I see happening in schools is that we're all trying to make the children be the same. And everyone is not the same. And that stifles creativity, and it stifles the ability of the student to work within their own realm of specialness.
I think in the UK, they're probably furthest ahead. In terms of children in school, we had an act in 1994 which said that we had to identify children when they started school at age 5 as having difficulties and provide support for them. So rather than the wait to fail, which is what's paralysed, I think, the development of dyslexic children and children with learning difficulties across the world, we've moved away from that. We can actually look for children who are at risk.
And so for teachers and for the community at large, they may see this person who is very articulate, appears to be very together, who cannot read or who cannot do that math. And they just don't know how to deal with it. It just doesn't compute for them that if you can do this, you should be able to do that.
The problem, the issue usually, is that the people at the top themselves are very good readers and writers, and they don't understand how anybody could succeed without those.
Identification and appropriate ongoing intervention dramatically reduces the risk of needless school failure.
Teachers have a very tough job.
The teachers are crying out now for help. They are not being trained.
They're doing the best job that they can.
If we're going to really support our kids, we have to work as a team. I can't do it alone. I don't think teachers can do it alone.
We now have a lot of scientific knowledge that tells us what to do, when to do it, and how to do it well. But we need to bring the teachers on side to make that happen because they're the primary provider of that. And too often we assume they have that knowledge, and we're not taking into consideration the other demands that are placed on them.
I don't know any single special ed teacher or regular ed teacher that went into the career with the mindset saying, I'm going to go become a teacher just so I can screw kids up. They typically have a very good outlook. They want to be there. They want to be teachers. Often they just don't have the support to do it.
The key thing is really better training of teachers and more resources at the early stage, because we know pretty well what needs to be done.
To the teachers in the regular school system, I would have to say, understand you can't necessarily look after all these kids, and it's not your responsibility to do so. Sometimes it's best to say we're not the best solution, and admit that, I think, to a parent.
Part of what I would say to teachers is, first, that they're doing the best job that they can, that I don't think that we've done a great job with pre-service training to really give mainstream classroom teachers a really good understanding of learning disabilities and even farther, just general individual differences.
I would say to teachers, listen to those parents. We may not be able to articulate exactly what our children's needs are, but we have an awful lot of information to share. Listen to what happens after our children come home from school. They may have developed some coping skills to get them through the day, but there were many days when my daughter would come home and get off that bus and she would just dissolve into tears.
They should make a good connection with the parents. They should understand that it's really the teacher and the principal of the school and the parents that are going to make this thing work.